Hi everyone, I'm Christy and this is my About Me digital presentation for PME 810. I apologize for being a bit late to the party with this video and blog. I had a bit of a crazy week last week and I had to put off starting the 2 PME courses I'm taking this term. Last week I went to Bangkok for a job fair. For anyone in international teaching, and I know thanks to your videos that there are a few, you are probably at least a little bit familiar with the idea of a job fair. For those of you who are either not teachers or have always taught in Canada, I promise you the Bangkok Job Fair is an experience that defies description. Suffice it to say that it was an exhausting, exhilarating experience, but honestly a bit of a hit to my ego. I needed a day or two to recover from the experience and to embrace making the decision to remain at my current school rather than to move on. My background is a bit crazy. Some people think I can't make up my mind what I want to be when I grow up, but I prefer to think I just like to try new things. In fact, teaching is about my fourth career. I've been a chef, a financial advisor, and a mining safety consultant. I've also moved around a lot. I've lived in 6 provinces and am currently living in my 6th country. In fact, I don't think I've lived in any one place for more than 5 years since I was in high school. As this is currently my 4th year in my current location, that may give you an idea why it was so difficult for me to commit to another 2 years here. Anyway, I'm a high school English and social studies teacher who has also dabbled in some elective courses such as business, career studies, psychology, and legal studies. Basically anything humanities-based. I currently teach grade 10 English, grade 11 business, and grade 12 global issues. I work at a Manitoba curriculum school in Guangzhou, China. That's in the south, not too far from Hong Kong. I'm in my 7th year as a teacher and have taught previously in Calgary and in Cairo, Egypt. Last year, my 3rd year, I knew I was going to start getting itchy feet, so I decided to embark on this PME program in the hopes that it would offer the challenge and growth that I usually gain from dropping everything and moving to a new place. In many ways, it did. But with the news that most of my friends would be leaving at the end of this year, I decided to try to find my next position. In the end, my job hunt led me right back to my current school. The growth and challenge next year will be in the form of moving from grade 10 to grade 12 English, as well as taking on the role of English department head, the student council, and being responsible for graduation. I imagine I will be taking the fall term off next year while I settle into my new role, which is part of the reason I decided to take 2 courses this term. This is actually my 3rd term at Queen's, and the courses I'm taking now are my 4th and 5th of the program. I'm sure it isn't surprising to find I have chosen the education abroad specialty. Regarding the topic of this course, I'm going to be brutally honest and say that I think it is a major weakness of mine. I've never really spent much time reading curriculum documents. In the past, I've taken a close look at them when I started a new course or subject area, and then never looked at them again. Obviously, as department head next year, that's not going to cut it. In fact, I'm willing to admit, it probably isn't really cutting it right now. I know that Manitoba is at the point of releasing their new English curriculum for high school, so it's obviously going to be really important that I have a clear understanding of the new framework so that I can lead and mentor the teachers in my new department. I have no doubt that with my new role next year, this is probably going to be the most important course I could take in the PME. I sure hope it goes well. As far as assessment goes, let me share a short anecdote from Bangkok. I had an interview with a school that contacted me based solely on my recruitment profile. It wasn't a school I had applied to directly because it didn't offer IB, which was the focus of my job hunt. After the hello, how are yous, he told me he only had one question that he asked at interviews. That question, what are grades? It's a week later now, and in all honesty, even right after the interview, I couldn't have told you what I said. I believe my answer was along the lines of grades being an attempt to measure achievement based on standards set by the teacher, school, or curriculum. I'm sure I probably rambled on for about 10 minutes. Regardless, whatever I said, clearly it wasn't the right answer, because that was literally the only question he asked me. The final half an hour or so of the meeting was him telling me his beliefs on assessment. And obviously, I didn't get a job offer. I am, perhaps more than ever, highly aware that I don't know nearly enough about curriculum and assessment. I'm really looking forward to learning about these cornerstones of education. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on OnCue.